Anytime I'm doing a spiritual coaching session, the number one question I'm going to ask is why? Why are you doing the things you're doing? Why are you attached to XYZ? Why do you want to leave a job? Why do you want to get married to this person? Why do you want to get divorced maybe? Why? Why do you want to move? What is the actual reason behind it? And what you learn is that's not the actual question. That's the question on a ego that triggers the ego, that makes the ego think a little bit with the soul and the brain. But the real question I always get to is your trauma affecting your decision making? I'm going to say it one more time. Is your trauma affecting your decision making? Is it blocking you from making decisions that get you on your actual life path? The path or the things that you want for your own life. The happy path. The path that has happiness, that has abundance, that has your dreams. Or are you choosing a path that you know doesn't have those things? Let's take a pause and talk about trauma, right? We know trauma, there's very intense forms of trauma that are, other than very intense, they're just very even dark. And then we have lesser trauma that still affects people, obviously, that is, honestly like self-imposed, where we limit ourselves and we have the ego sound of doubt and lack. Both of those shouldn't be in our decision making in terms of our spiritual growth path. Doubt, lack are hell. It's cold. There's no sun. There's nothing ever good there. And then decisions from love and embrace, that's the sunshine. That's the peaceful ocean, the beautiful lake scene, the river that's, the water's moving, but it doesn't look like it. It just looks like still water. That is beauty. And so when you're making these big decisions, you have to ask yourself, why? Why do you want to move? Are you moving because you feel like you have to? Like I met this guy this weekend. He loves Chicago, but he's moving to Dallas because of a job that he doesn't even like. Do you think that's going to go well for him? We got negatives on negatives on negatives. If you love Chicago, then stay in Chicago and you'll find the new opportunity in Chicago if that's your true love in Chicago. Now, if you don't care about Chicago, okay. But this realm is a spiritual electric realm where you put if you have positive intention towards something, most of the time it's the path, because that's the embrace. It's when the body's alive. It's when we're electric. It's when we can tap in. It's when we can manifest. It's when we can create. It's when we can be our best self. Why is your trauma affecting your life decisions? Are you grabbing that bottle of booze or that whatever substance, the cookies or whatever is your challenge from a physical substance thing? Why are you doing that? Is it for love or is it for self-hate? Because those are two different things. Is that guy moving because he just feels like I'm in a stuck corporate world and this is my life? Maybe he wants to move. I don't know. I didn't dive into it. But what would be better would be I'm moving because I just love the fact that I'm going to be able to live that new life. I'm embracing it. I feel like my soul's alive for it. This is what I've always wanted, is to move to X place. Why? One of my favorite things to teach people is how to overcome trauma and how to just step into their light. And what that actually means on a spiritual standpoint is how to feel their energy, how to feel their soul, and how to feel the energy fields around them. Okay, we're all electric. We're all souls. We're all beings. Everything has a purpose. Everything is alive. Everything has a field, right? We're starting to learn, science is starting to talk about this, but we've known this forever in spirituality, okay? It's my posters. I'm a soul. I'm an energy field. I'm a powerful being of legend. I have a past history that is very impressive, especially if you're in this realm. And then be you, only you. That's my catchphrase. That is the engine to your life. Is when you can step in your own light and make decisions off your own light, that is when your life starts to become activated and you're on your actual path. And that's when all good things come to you, right? It's like the whole intro video I did, like that's be you, only you. Okay, but I love to work with people and teach them how to start feeling energy. And first, you just got to start believing it's there, right? So when you're grabbing something that you shouldn't be grabbing, right? You're reaching out with darkness. The hand's extending off your hand, right? You have a void within your energy field where your love like isn't there for yourself or for whatever reason. And it's about filling that void to heal the trauma. So when you're reaching out, instead of grabbing the thing, take that energy and throw it off you onto the ground. Take an energy, throw it off to you on the ground. So that's what we work on first when I start working with people. And I want them to start feeling it. And it becomes a very emotional session for people. Throwing off the energy, throwing off the energy. Boom, 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 boom. And then we start to work on pulling in positive energy. Pulling in embrace. And if we can't love ourselves enough, then we pull in from God, we pull in from beauty. And then we learn how to pull in from our own source. And then it becomes very much like we are starting to master our energy field, master our being. And this allows us to start to see the world not from a anti-trauma lens, this whole entire exercise that I'm talking about. Because now we're able to grab the trauma, throw it away, feel embrace, have clear eyes, and ask ourselves, why am I making this decision? And now it becomes the next step, because we just did this exercise, what decision should I be making? And now we've come full circle. Now we're stepping into the path that we should be living. So that's kind of the system. And that kind of grows into even more of a spiritual ability where, if you've ever seen Star Wars, you have like Lord Sidious like sending the Force lightning at Yoda, and then Yoda just like catches it, and he's like catching the hate, and it's not even reaching him, and then he just closes his hand, and it disappears. That's what also can happen when we get to a point of mastering of embrace, mastering love, mastering all that is good, our soul and loving. Then we can take the trauma, instead of even throwing it on the ground, we can just disappear it. And that is total next level human being living. I mean, this whole video is about, if you want to live completely next level of a human being, then this is pretty intense. Or you might just think it's wacko, but I'm telling you, this stuff is awesome, it's real, and it's when life gets fun. And that's what I do when I do life coaching. I don't even call it life coaching. I really call it like spiritual development coaching or guiding. But yeah, check out my links below. Please consider subscribing. Hopefully this video has been awesome. I also have a podcast, Beers by the Ivy. It's sports. I don't talk deep ever in that. I break down football tape. And then I also talk like baseball, definitely in the summer. Beers by the Ivy, drinking beers in Wrigleyville. I got free links below. You can also work with me one-on-one. But yeah, I love helping with people, connecting with people, and helping realistically people get on their path is like my ultimate passion. I just absolutely love it. All right, guys. Thanks for checking out today's video. We'll keep it rocking. Please subscribe. Check the links below. We'll keep it going. Thanks.